my channel. Hope you've all had a wonderful day. Today's video is a book haul, and it is a birthday book haul. So I asked for a few books for my birthday, and I also received a few that I didn't ask for, so I thought I would just share them with you. There's not loads, but there's a fair few, and as they will be obviously going on my shelves and becoming a part of my TBR, I wanted to share them with you all. There is going to be a little giveaway at the end, so if you would like to be involved or be in with a chance of winning, then stick around, and yeah, we'll get to that eventually. So first of all, I'm going to show you the books I actually asked for. These are these. There's 5. Basically, I got some that would either finish series or I was just kind of interested in. So the first one is Back Home by Michelle Magorian. These are the ones I got from my mum and dad because I really didn't know what to ask for, and I thought I'll just get some books from mum and dad. So yeah, this one is written by the same author that wrote Goodnight Mr. Tom, which I absolutely loved. It says, it is 1945 and 12-year-old Rusty is back in England after 5 years in the USA. In a world of war-damaged cities, rationing and drabness, where even her family seem like strangers, Rusty feels alone and homesick as she tries to belong to 2 countries at once. Finally, her tough spirit leads her to a dramatic and devastating rebellion. So I just thought, as I really enjoy Goodnight Mr. Tom, I'd quite like to give this one a go and see how I feel about it. So there is the first one. Next up is the last book in a series. The first 2 books are Knife and Rebel. This is Arrow by R.J. Anderson, and it is a fairy based trilogy. Yeah, so there you go. And it just says, no rainbows, no pink, no sparkles, no ordinary fairy tale. So yeah, it is part of a trilogy. It is the last one, and I wanted to try and get to those books this year. So I wanted to have the 3rd one to kind of be able to do that. But the covers are really, really pretty. So I'm glad I've got a cover that matches the other 2. Otherwise that would have been really upsetting. I won't read you the back because I imagine it kind of follows on from the other 2. Same kind of with this one. So this is the Victorian Mystery series by Robin Page. This is book 7, but I didn't have, it was the only one I didn't have. I'd managed to get all the others, there's 12 in the series, and I'd managed to get all the others from charity shops. But obviously with the pandemic, no charity shops are open, which is really sad. And I can't wait for them to reopen. Not that I'm obviously meant to be buying any books. But yeah, basically it follows Kate and Lord Charles Sheridan, I believe, are the 2 in it that kind of go around and solve all the crimes, the mysteries. So my plan, because I haven't actually read any of these, I have a habit of needing the entire series before I actually read the first book and know whether I'll enjoy the rest of it. So I think that needs to be my goal from now on, when bringing books into my collection, is that I need to read the first book before I decide whether to purchase the rest of the series. So yes, this is book 7. Basically there's various other like murder mysteries that happen in each book, and then these 2 go in and figure it out. So yeah, I did want to start these again this year. I have a lot of series on my shelves, and the plan was to kind of at least start majority of them this year. But I don't want too many on the go at once, so we shall see. Next up is The Ghost Hunters by Neil Spring. Now, I read the 2nd book last year, and I didn't know it was the 2nd book. And it was The Lost Village, I think it was called. And I absolutely loved it. Like, it was on my books to declutter if I hadn't read them within a year, and I thought I'll just pick it up, you know, give it a go. It's on that list, and I absolutely loved it. And when I sort of realised it wasn't the first one, I really wanted to get my hands on this. I got all of these books secondhand, by the way. I went on to various different sites, so I tend to use either World of Books, which is secondhand, eBay or Abe Books, which is a secondhand book site, and I basically went on and just had a little look around and found the cheapest book price, if that makes sense. I do love a brand new book, but there is something about a secondhand pre-loved book that I really, really enjoy. So yeah, this is The Ghost Hunters by Neil Spring. It just says, 1926, my name is Sarah Gray. I knew of Harry Price before I became his trusted assistant. He was notorious, London's greatest ghost hunter. Working alongside Harry meant leaving my past behind, and I trusted him. I knew of Borley Rectory too before I visited it with Harry, supposedly the most haunted house in England. I knew there was no such thing as phantoms, that I could visit Borley without fear, return unharmed. These are the things I thought I knew. I now understand the true meaning of terror. I really enjoyed the second book. I did not see what happened coming. So yeah, I knew I had to have the first one. But it's a floppy paperback, and I love a floppy paperback. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. I think this was like £2, if that. A couple of these were more expensive. I believe this one was about £3, £3.50, I think. This one was a bit more. I think this was about £4 or £5. I know it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but for secondhand books, when you're used to buying them at charity shops for like 50p or £1, they're more expensive. And then the last one I asked for was A Curso, Dark and Loney by Bridget Kemmerer. So if you watched my last book haul video that I did, I managed to get the second book, wherever I've put it. I don't know where I've put it now. I managed to get the second book on a book swap tent thing that's near me. I didn't realise it was the second book until I got it home. So yeah, I asked for this one. It's still fairly new, so this one was £7, I think. When I bought it, I believe this is a brand new book. I couldn't find it secondhand anywhere. So yeah, this is A Curso, Dark and Lonely, and I believe it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I believe the main character has cerebral palsy, maybe, don't hold me to that, I might be wrong. But it says, Prince Wren, the heir to Emberfall is cursed. Forced to repeat the autumn of his 18th year over and over, he can only be freed if a girl truly falls for him. Now after so many failures, his kingdom and his people are barely holding on. Harper's life has never been easy, but she learned to be tough enough to survive the streets of Washington, D.C. When she is sucked into Wren's world, nothing is as it seems, powerful forces are standing against Emberfell, and it will take more than a broken curse to save it from utter ruin. I thought it sounded really good. I've watched a few people's videos, Nikki's, and I know she really enjoyed it, so it was one that was kind of on my list in the background. And then when I saw the second one, obviously it was free, so I knew I needed to get a hold of the first one. So there's that. Right, those are the 5 books that I actually asked for. Next up, let's go with this one. So this was a lovely present from Nikki. And yes, basically, I think I'd watched her... Oh, I can't remember which video it is in exactly. She'll comment it down below because she's got a good memory. But basically she said that Uglies was her favourite series or favourite book, and she absolutely loved it. And I'd mentioned to her that I was thinking about maybe looking into getting it to give it a read, and she sent me the box set for my birthday. So thank you very much, Nikki. But yeah, so it's got Uglies, Pretties, Specials and Extras by Scott Westerfield. But yeah, from what I can remember, it's a little bit... like it says, before the Hunger Games there was Uglies. And from what I can remember from Nikki's video, when you turn 18 you are given plastic surgery to make you beautiful, but before then you are considered an ugly. And it's a kind of rebellion style, Hunger Gamesy-ish vibe. But from what Nikki said, it's not Hunger Games. It's very different. So I am excited to give this a read. I think me and Nikki said maybe we'll buddy read it at some point. Because it will be my first time reading it, but I'm pretty sure she said she wouldn't mind doing a reread at some point. But it just says, beauty guaranteed, but at what price? In Tally's world at 16, you are transformed from a repellent ugly into a stunningly attractive pretty, and catapulted into a high-tech paradise where your only job is to have a great time. But what if the beauty of the pretty's utopia really is just skin deep? First as an ugly, then a pretty, and finally a special, 16-year-old Tally is determined to be the one to take down the toxic society at any cost. So yeah, there's that. Leave it on there. Then I got a couple of books from the girls at work. Well, girls, there is a boy, so we'll go with everyone at work. But the first one that I got is this. It's Asking for a Friend by Andy Osho. I didn't ask for these, but yeah, my friends obviously know me quite well. And it just says, 3 best friends are going to solve their relationship woes once and for all. 40-something Jemima's life is on track, well, sort of. She just needs to bat her niggly ex away for good. 20-something Megan has a 5-phase plan and is nearly ready for phase 3, a relationship, while 30-something Simmy has had more it's not used than I do's. These best friends decide it's time to ditch the dating apps and play the love game by their own rules. They're going to ask people out in real life, but only for each other. What could possibly go wrong? So there's that. And then, lastly, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This one I had seen in supermarkets for a while and was really, really excited to pick it up at some point, and I hadn't. Not sure why. I think it was one that was on the list to be picked up, but I just never got round to it. And it just says, Nora's life has been going from bad to worse. Then at the stroke of midnight on her last day on Earth, she finds herself transported to a library. There she is given the chance to undo her regrets and try out each of the other lives she might have lived, which raises the ultimate question. With infinite choices, what is the best way to live? So yeah, there is that. So they are my books that I got. I am very excited to get to some of those. I don't know if I'll get to them all this year. I'd like to. But we shall see. But yes, if you have made it this far, thanks very much. Really appreciate it. It's time for a giveaway. Now, I have 2. I received 2 for my birthday, which is lovely. I obviously didn't ask for it, didn't tell anyone that I'd been thinking about it, but my friends and family obviously know me very well, so they thought they would get me it. And I have 2, which is really sad. But I'm going to do a giveaway. So if anyone would like to be a part of it and potentially win The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, you've just got to do a couple of things. So firstly, like this video because that would be super helpful. Secondly, you need to be subscribed because I want to give back to my lovely subscribers that have been here a long time. So ideally, I would like it to go to one of you guys, but if you can subscribe, that would be fabulous, because it means you are in with a chance of winning. And also, leave a comment down below, because I will choose the winner by random comment generator. Yeah, comment down below what your favourite book is and why. I don't particularly mind how long your comment is, but I'd prefer it to be longer than I like it because it was a childhood favourite. Like, I really want an in-depth reason as to why that book is your favourite book. It doesn't have to be super long, just kind of more than I read it when I was a kid, so I like it, if you see what I mean. Because I would like to see if any of your favourite books are on my shelves, and if they are, then maybe I will do a TBR pick where I just read your guys' favourite books. So yes, if you would like to be in with a chance of reading The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, then yeah, leave a comment down below and let me know what your favourite book is. I am going to pick a winner on the 31st of March, so we've got a couple of weeks to enter, and then I will choose a winner. I will probably do that over on my Instagram, just because it's easier, but I will then in my next video I will obviously let you guys know who won if you are just on my YouTube. However, if you don't have Instagram, then let me know a way I can contact you in the comments section down below with your favourite book description. And also, if you do have different names on Instagram and YouTube, then let me know what your Instagram handle is, because that is probably how I will contact the winner. I hope that was clear. It sounded really complicated in my head now I've finished. But yeah, so I hope that makes sense. I really hope you guys enjoyed this book haul. Let me know what your favourite book is. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. Yeah, so that's everything for me. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one, and I'll update you on the winner on the 31st of March. Bye.